Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for listening attentively yesterday on my session. And today I'll be discussing another one entitled Bridging Among Languages. However, I am doing this virtually because I am attending the refresher training sponsored by the COMELEC at Union Elementary School. Without further ado, let me begin with my topic. Again, my topic is entitled Bridging Among Languages by Felicitas E. Pado. The languages for literacy development from kinder to grade 3 are mother tongue, Filipino, and English. Multilingual literacy and oral language development started in oral language development, and then it proceeds to literacy in the L1, L2, and L3. The literacy development from kinder to grade 3. Kindergarten is oftenly called as the emergent readers. How are the emergent readers prepared for literacy? Okay, here are some guidelines. By giving them, number one, by giving them lots of listening and talking activities. According to the racingchildren.net.au, when you make time to talk and listen with your child, they learn that what they think and say is important to you. This makes your relationship stronger and builds your child's self esteem and confidence. Listening and talking together also helps your child learn social skills like listening to others. Secondly, by giving them opportunities to listen to the sounds of language. According to Mama Sarivovich in 2020, listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret messages in the communication process. Active listening promotes mindful thinking, which can reduce anxiety and depression in students. That can also help students rebuild or build relationships because as they engage themselves in conversation, their peers are more likely to view them as open and interested. Next, by exposing them to books in order to have a feel of a book and to realize how print works. That is very important. According to the National Children's Book and Literacy Alliance website, books create warm, emotional bonds between adults and kids when they read books together. Books help kids develop basic language skills and profoundly expand their vocabularies. Books are interactive. They demand that kids think. Fiction and nonfiction books widen our consciousness. Books develop critical thinking skills. Books develop and nourish kids' imagination, expanding their worlds. Books let kids try on the world before they have to go out into it. Books help us to understand ourselves, to find out who we are. Books help children and adults to open up, to move beyond self absorption and connect to other people. Books help kids to chart their own moral and ethical course. Books answer questions. Books create questions. Books provide opportunity to share cultural experiences. Books offer a wide breadth of information, experience, and knowledge. Books entertain and offer a great escape. Books, unlike many other entertainments, are free for everyone. Books are great companions. Books comfort us. Books inspires us to dream, and books give us the tools to achieve our dreams. Next, by reading stories to them. According once again to racingchildren.net.au, reading and sharing stories can help your child get to know sounds, words, and language and help develop early literacy skills. It also helps them to learn the value of books and stories. It helps them to spark your child's imagination and stimulate curiosity. Reading and sharing stories can help develop your child's brain, ability to focus, concentration, social skills, and communication skills. It can also help your child learn the difference between real and make believe. It can also help your child to understand new or frightening events and the strong emotions that come with them. It can also help your child learn about the world, their own culture, and other cultures as well. Next is by introducing them to letters of the alphabet, name and sound of each letter, upper and lower case. According to readingrockets.org, children's knowledge of letter names and shapes is a strong predictor of their success in learning to read. Knowing letter names is strongly related to children's ability to remember the forms of written words and their ability to treat words as sequence of letters. Next, by teaching them to write the letters. Writing with children provides numerous opportunities to develop children's emergent literacy capacities, including making meanings, expressing ideas in text, fine motor skills, concepts of print, phonological awareness, phonics, and creating and exploring text. This is from Victoria State Government website. Okay, let us have again a run through of all the things that we can do to help children to read. Okay, the domains are also shown here. The first one is under the oral language development domain. The second one is the phonological awareness under the phonological awareness domain. The third one is book and print orientation. Number 4, positive attitude towards literature, language and literacy, and listening comprehension. And the last one is under the alphabet knowledge and handwriting domains. Now let's move on. For grade 1, the beginning reading in MT. How do we develop learners' beginning reading skills? Here are the tips. By teaching them to recognize words. According to McPherson K. 2015, with little effort, word recognition is the main component of fluent reading, and it can be improved by practicing with flashcards, lists, and word grids. Word recognition is important because it helps individuals to read fluently and be able to recognize words easily. Next, by introducing what the words mean. According to Victoria State Government website, children need to have a rich vocabulary that continually grows through language and literacy experiences in order to comprehend and construct increasingly complex text and engage in oral language for a variety of social purposes. Next, by writing the words correctly according to Best J 2017, spelling is the art of correctly assembling words from their letters. Is one of the essential components of successful writing. Being confident at spelling leads to confidence in all aspects of literacy. The next one is letting them read a series of words with accuracy, automaticity, and proper expression. According to study.com, reading rate is how fast you read. Accuracy is the ability to read without making mistakes. Another from My Learning Springboard 2021, reading fluency is the ability to read accurately, smoothly, and with expression. Fluent readers recognize words automatically without struggling over decoding issues. When reading silently, in addition to recognizing words automatically, fluent readers group words rapidly to help them gain meaning from their reading, which then translates into their understanding of the text. When reading aloud, fluent readers sound natural, as if they're speaking. Non-fluent readers read slowly and sound choppy. Fluency is important because it builds a bridge between word recognition and comprehension. The next tip is by giving them opportunities to put down their ideas into writing. Okay, according to Easy Reader and Peninsula 2020, it is because it improves their communication skill, it sharpens creativity and imagination levels, it widens knowledge base, it is vital to academic success, and it increases the level of confidence. The next one, by encouraging them to use correct grammatical structures when speaking and writing. Using correct grammar makes listening and reading easier for others to understand and can make the communication process more enjoyable. As a child gets older, grammar becomes an important process as they learn how to communicate their thoughts and ideas in written form. That is from KidSense Child Development website. Another tip is by helping them understand what the words listened to or read mean. According to the Jewish Child and Family Services Chicago website, by equipping them with skills that will help them in studying as well as understanding the content of the subjects, vocabulary is critical to a child's success for this reason. Number one, vocabulary growth is directly related to school achievement. Number two, the size of a child's vocabulary in kindergarten predicts the ability to learn to read. The next one is vocabulary helps children to think and learn about the world. The next is expanding a child's knowledge of words provides unlimited access to new information. The next one is by developing their ability to understand what they read. According to Alabama Cooperative Extension System website, comprehension refers to the ability to understand written words. It is different from the ability to recognize words. Recognizing words on a page but not knowing what they mean does not fulfill the purpose or goal of reading. That is very true, which is comprehension. Imagine, for example, that a teacher gives a child a passage to read. The child can read the entire passage, but he or she knows nothing when asked to explain what was read. Comprehension adds meaning to what is read. Reading comprehension occurs when words on a page are not just mere words, but thoughts and ideas. Comprehension makes reading enjoyable, fun, and informative. It is needed to succeed in school, work, and life in general. The last one is by equipping them with skills that will help them in studying as well as in understanding the content subjects. According to the University of Saskatchewan, Canada, learning study skills will not only help you in university, they will also help you succeed in life. Secondly, good study skills can increase your confidence, competence, and self-esteem. They can also reduce anxiety about the tests and deadlines. By developing effective study skills, you may be able to cut down on the number of hours spent on studying, leaving more time for other things in your life. Next, good study skills can improve your ability to learn and retain knowledge. Lastly, students who use effective study skills may feel their work and effort is more worthwhile. Now let's proceed to knowing what domains they are included into. So the first one is under the phonics and word recognition domain. The second one is under the vocabulary development. Next is under spelling, and the following is under fluency. By giving them opportunities to put down their ideas into writing is under the writing and composing domain. The next one is under the grammar awareness domain. The following is under the vocabulary development, reading comprehension, and study skills. Now, oral language, phonological awareness, book and print orientation, alphabet knowledge, handwriting, listening comprehension, and attitude towards the LLL are introduced and developed in the kindergarten. Now, for the grades 1, literacy and mother tongue should begin, including phonics and word recognition, spelling, fluency, reading comprehension, grammar awareness, composing, and study skills. For the grade 1 class program, here is a sample. Ayan. As you can see, for languages, mother tongue, Filipino, and English, it should be spent for the first quarter 50 minutes, 30 minutes on the second quarter, and 30 minutes on the third quarter, and so on. But for math, it should be spent 50 minutes. It should be taught for 50 minutes. Araling Panlipunan should be taught in 40 minutes. MAPE 40. Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao 30. All the grade 1 subjects are taught in mother tongue except Filipino and English. For grade 1, beginning reading should be in mother tongue. Then it should be followed by Filipino and English in oral language development. For grades 2 to 3 program, let us take a look at this example. The languages mother tongue, Filipino, and English should be taught 50 minutes for each one from the first quarter to the fourth, following the rest of the other subjects. Here's a note. All the grade 2 subjects are taught in mother tongue except in Filipino and in English. For grade 2 first semester, the beginning reading should be in mother tongue. But they should also be starting to immerse the Filipino language, as you can see here, and the oral language development should start using the English language. For grade 2, first semester literacy in the mother tongue and Filipino, in mother tongue, these are the activities that should be, or the skills that should be present in teaching the mother tongue. Phonics and word recognition, spelling, fluency, reading, comprehension, grammar awareness, composing, and study skills. For Filipino, this is for grade 2, by the way. For Filipino, the skills that should be taught are the oral language development, including the phonological awareness, book and print knowledge, alphabet knowledge, listening comprehension, and the attitude towards the LLL. Phonics and word recognition, spelling, grammar, fluency, reading comprehension, grammar awareness, and study skills. For grade 2 second semester, the developmental reading should continue using the mother tongue. Beginning reading should continue using Filipino, and beginning reading should begin using the English language. Okay, for grade 2 second semester literacy in mother tongue, Filipino, and English, here are the skills expected of the learners. For mother tongue, phonics and word recognition, fluency, spelling, handwriting. We should be teaching them the cursive writing, vocabulary development, reading comprehension, grammar awareness, composing, and study skills. For Filipino, the students are expected to develop the skills like phonics and word recognition, spelling, fluency, vocabulary development, reading comprehension, grammar awareness, attitude towards the LLL, composing and study skills. For English, here are the skills expected of them: the oral language development, phonological awareness, alphabet knowledge, phonics and word recognition, spelling, fluency, grammar awareness, vocabulary development, attitude towards LLL, reading comprehension. Now for grade 3. Developmental reading should be done in mother tongue and in Filipino, and they should be now starting to immerse themselves in beginning reading using the English language. For grades 3, in Filipino, the learners should be taught the skills like phonics and word recognition, fluency, vocabulary development, reading comprehension, grammar awareness, attitudes toward the LLL, composing, and study skills. For English, they should be taught the skills like oral, language development, phonological awareness, alphabet knowledge, phonics and word recognition, spelling, fluency, grammar awareness, vocabulary development, attitude towards the LLL, reading comprehension, and study skills. Now let us bridge mother tongue to Filipino to English. Bridging is the instructional moment when teachers bring the languages together to encourage students to explore the similarities and differences between and among languages, which we have done yesterday on our activities. Transfer what they have learned from one language to another. This is from Biman and Uro. Similarities and differences among languages is shown in the phonology or sound system, morphology or word formation, syntax and grammar, and pragmatics or language use. Bridging or translanguaging occurs when the bridge or whenever students and teachers makes connection among languages. So that is what bridging means. When teachers makes connection among the languages. Bridging helps students to transfer academic language learned in one language to the other language and engage in contrastive analysis by focusing on the similarities and differences of the languages. What are the connections among the competencies in the different domains? What are the similarities and differences between what I learned in the MT to what I am learning in Filipino and in English? Transfer is facilitated when languages is shared with written systems. This is according to Bialystok, Luke Quant 2005, and Hornberger 1989, and Odlin 1989. Alphabetic knowledge and word reading are found to transfer well, especially when two languages are orthographically comparable. Here are the concepts, skills that transfer across languages. Okay, here are the possibilities for explicit bridging. Oral domain, oral language, phonological awareness, book and print knowledge, alphabet knowledge, phonics and word recognition, fluency, spelling, writing and composition, grammar awareness, vocabulary development, listening comprehension, reading comprehension, attitude towards the LLL, and the study strategies. What the researchers say. Transfer of vocabulary or oral language is more variable and limited. Phonological awareness. What skills are to be transferred? Rhyming words, number of syllables, onsets, and rhymes. What are new? Like the terms magkatugma, pantig, umpisa, at huling tunog. rhyming words, syllables, beginning and ending. Book and print orientation. What skills are to be transferred? Conventions. A book has a cover, pictures, uh, pictures tell about the story. The author writes the story, and the illustrator draws the picture in the story. What are the new? What are the new terms? Pabalat, may akda, and tagaguhit. Alphabet knowledge. What letters are the same in MT and in Filipino? In English, what letters were not taught in one language and should be taught in L2 or L3? What letters have the same sound in the three languages? What letters have a different sound in L1 and L2? Okay, I know you know all the answers under the alphabet knowledge. Phonics and word recognition. Pupils are taught to read in the MT first. That is what we have been discussing yesterday. They shift to reading in Filipino, then in English. Okay, for the skills, one blends sounds associated with letters or symbols to decode a word. The reader combines words to form sentences. That is why it is important that children master the letter sounds so that they will be able to blend sounds and combine these sounds to form words and sentences. Why is it easier for pupils to transfer skill in decoding from mother tongue to Filipino? What are the difficulties of the beginning readers in transferring the skill in decoding English? Okay, I know you know the answer to this. Word recognition, MT to Filipino. These are the words, these are sample words from MT or Bicol. Nigo, dayo, sato, guta, paroy, hugay, gurang, magayon. In Filipino, these are some words. Paso, puto, damo, kama, gatas, bahay, saging, matamis. So, learners should know the differences between the two languages and should recognize what each word means. Remember, words in the MT and in Filipino are phonetically consistent, meaning they sound somewhat accurately the same. There is direct transfer of skill in decoding. However, there is a need for vocabulary development, the need to explain what each word means. For grade 2 second semester, let us have these word samples. For MT, nigo, guta, dayo, daga, sato, bako. In Filipino, wala, sama, mama, buko, gata, kubo. For English, web, pan, bag, bib, top, bug, fun. For grade 3 first semester, these are the words that we can introduce to them. For mother tongue, hugay, paroy, ikos, potol, maray. For Filipino, patis, bagay, buhok, gulay, silid. For English, cake, plate, line, bite, cone, tube. Bridging from MT and Filipino to English. Difficulty in word recognition and spelling. There are words that are difficult to recognize in English, especially in terms of their spelling. Intensive vocabulary development. Transfer from Filipino to English, more difficulties. From Filipino, let us use these sample words. Umaga, pare, pain, braso, tubo. In English, they might look the same in terms of the spelling. They are nearly the same, but they are read differently. Like umbrella, pear, pain, brace, and tube. Remember, it is more difficult to decode words in English because not all the words are phonetically consistent. Vocabulary development should be intensive. The teachers should use varied effective techniques to ensure that the learners understand the words that they decode. Ayan. Kaya mas mahirap na ituro yung English because they are not phonetically consistent. There are some words that are written phonetically but are not read because of the silent letters. Comprehension. Comprehension strategies transfer across languages, according to Calero, Breckheimer, and Goetz, 1993. It is important that learners have these skills like noting details, sequencing events, cause and effect, and making inferences. For study strategies, skills are the same, only the terms change, like alphabetizing, directions, and interpreting graphs. On the medium of instruction, here are the guidelines. The teacher should consistently use the medium of instruction. Translation is not advisable. We should teach them the completeness of a language through consistently using them. If we are also teaching in Filipino, use Filipino fluently para dai po nalilito si mga aki. And if we are also teaching in English, use English consistently, accurately, and fluent. Our challenge is how can we teachers help children make the link between what they previously learned in the mother tongue to what they are currently learning in Filipino and in English. Okay, in grade 3, literacy in the 3 languages, preparation for the content area learning. A grade 3 learner is expected to be literate in mother tongue, Filipino, and in English. Yun po ni sinasabi ta kan suugma in our topic that at the end of grade 3, all the learners are expected to be literate in mother tongue, Filipino, and English. What do we mean by being literate? They can read and they can express themselves. They can write, they can read, and express themselves in these 3 major languages, mother tongue, Filipino, and in English, because we are preparing them to focus on the content area learning in the next level of their studies in grades 4, 5, and 6 kasi supposedly dai na po ito focus kang mga teachers in the intermediate level. Si mga teachers po in the primary level ang focus ta magpabasa and ipanoodon si mga aki na maintindihan ang sa indang binabasa, whether it be in the mother tongue, Filipino, and in English. A grade 3 learner should be ready to use his or her literacy skills in understanding the content subject. So that is all for my discussion this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed and learned. Miski para papaano po, miski virtually, I hope you learned something from this discussion. Thank you so much and have a good afternoon to all of you. See you all tomorrow.